In a world shaped by belief, religion has been both a foundation and a fortress. Billions profess devotion to God, holding faith as the guiding principle of their lives. Yet beneath this devotion lies a provocative question. Do we truly love God, or do we simply love ourselves? This audiobook explores the depth of that question, taking you on a journey through history, mythology, theology, and human psychology. A journey that will challenge your understanding of worship, faith, and love. Are we worshiping the Creator, or are we merely driven by fear of punishment and hope for reward? Are we seeking truth, or have we become complacent in the comfort of unexamined faith? Over the next 2 hours, we'll unravel these mysteries and confront the uncomfortable truths about humanity's relationship with God. From the dawn of recorded history, religious doctrines have promised eternal rewards for the faithful and unimaginable punishment for the wicked. These promises are powerful motivators, shaping human behavior across millennia. But consider this. If love for God is conditional on the hope of reward or the fear of punishment, is it truly love? The idea of Pascal's wager epitomizes this mindset. This philosophical argument suggests that belief in God is the safest option because the potential benefits, eternal paradise, far outweigh the risks of disbelief. But this reasoning reduces faith to a transaction. Where is the love in such calculated devotion? Where is the genuine desire to know and connect with God? Transactional relationships are not new. In commerce, in politics, even in personal relationships, humanity often seeks self-preservation above all. So, when it comes to faith, why would it be different? Are we genuinely seeking God, or are we simply negotiating for our souls? Now imagine this. You are told that your beloved mother might not be your biological parent. The emotional upheaval would be immediate. You would stop everything, seek evidence, and demand the truth. This drive to uncover our origins is deeply human. Yet when it comes to God, our supposed Creator, there is an unsettling apathy. Across the world, billions accept religious narratives handed down by tradition. Few question their validity. Few ask whether their understanding of God is complete or even correct. And fewer still search for the truth about their Creator. This indifference is not love. It is complacency. Take, for example, the contradictions and debates surrounding sacred texts. Who is God? What is His true name? Is it Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, or something else entirely? Why does the letter J, central to names like Jesus and Jehovah, not exist in ancient Hebrew? These questions go unanswered, not because answers do not exist, but because humanity rarely asks. To uncover the truth about God, we must look to our earliest records. The Sumerian tablets, some of the oldest written documents in existence, offer a fascinating perspective. These texts speak of the Anunnaki, celestial beings who descended to Earth. They were not gods, as we understand the term, but advanced beings who allegedly created humanity to serve their needs. In these accounts, Enki, one of the Anunnaki, is portrayed as a benefactor of humanity. His brother Enlil, however, is seen as a harsh authoritarian. If these narratives predate the Bible, what does this mean for the Genesis creation story? Could the story of Adam and Eve be a retelling of an older myth? And if so, why do we ignore this possibility? Parallels between the Sumerian accounts and biblical stories are undeniable, yet few explore these connections. Instead, we cling to familiar doctrines, avoiding questions that might upend our understanding of God and creation. Names carry power, and the name of God has been a subject of debate for centuries. In Christianity, is God's name Jehovah, Yahweh, or something else entirely? In Islam, Allah is the singular name for God, yet it too is rooted in linguistic history. In Judaism, the Tetragrammaton, YHWH, remains shrouded in mystery, its true pronunciation lost to time. Jesus, a central figure of Christianity, is another example. The name Jesus comes from the Greek Jesus, but the original Hebrew or Aramaic name was likely Yeshua. These linguistic shifts raise critical questions. If we cannot accurately name God or His messengers, how can we claim to fully understand Him? Despite these discrepancies, most believers do not seek clarity. Instead, they accept what has been passed down, focusing on rituals rather than truth. If we truly loved God, would we not pursue every avenue to understand Him? Mythology is filled with stories of divine betrayal. Gods overthrown, creators cast down by their own creations, and cosmic power struggles. Could these stories be more than mere myths? Could they reflect a hidden reality about the Creator? What if the true Creator has been overthrown or imprisoned by lesser beings? What if humanity's worship is directed not at the Creator, but at usurpers? These questions are unsettling, yet they demand our attention. If there is even a possibility that God is not who we think He is, how can we justify our apathy? Ultimately, humanity's relationship with God is defined by selfishness. We follow religious rules not out of love, but out of fear. We worship not to know God, but to secure our own safety. Our faith is not a quest for truth, it is a strategy for survival. But love, true love, is not selfish. True love seeks to understand, to connect, to know. If we truly loved God, we would not be content with rituals and doctrines. We would demand to know who He is, what has happened to Him, and whether our worship is directed at the right being. The time has come for humanity to awaken, to challenge the narratives we've been told, to study the ancient texts, explore alternative theories, and seek the truth about our Creator. Only then can we escape the cycle of complacency and selfishness that defines our faith. Because love, true love, demands nothing less than the truth. The tablets speak of the Anunnaki, celestial beings who descended to earth. They were said to have created humanity, not out of love, but as a labor force. Enki, one of the Anunnaki, is described as a benefactor who sought to improve humanity's condition. His brother Enlil is portrayed as a harsher figure, often in conflict with humanity. Interestingly, these narratives share striking similarities with the Genesis creation story. The idea of humanity being molded from clay, the flood narrative, and even the rebellion against divine authority are echoed in both traditions. Could these parallels indicate a shared origin? If so, why do most religious adherents ignore these ancient accounts? Names carry profound significance. In religious traditions, the name of God is sacred. Yet, even this fundamental aspect of faith is riddled with mystery and debate. Is God's name Yahweh, Jehovah, or something else? In Islam, the name Allah is central, while in Hinduism, countless deities are named and worshipped. Christianity faces a similar dilemma. The name Jesus comes from the Greek Jesus, which was adapted from the Hebrew Yeshua, but the letter J didn't exist in ancient Hebrew or Greek. These linguistic shifts raise crucial questions. If we cannot accurately name God or His messengers, how can we claim to fully understand them? Throughout mythology, we find stories of divine betrayal and cosmic power struggles. The Titans of Greek mythology were overthrown by the Olympians. Norse mythology speaks of Ragnarok, the end of the gods. Could these stories reflect a hidden reality about the Creator? What if the God we worship is not the Creator, but a usurper? What if lesser beings have overthrown the true Creator and now rule in His place? These questions are unsettling, but they demand to be asked. If we truly loved God, would we not seek to uncover the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it might be? Humanity's relationship with God is deeply selfish. We follow religious rules not out of love, but out of fear. We worship not to connect with God, but to secure our own safety. Our faith is not a quest for truth, but a strategy for survival. But true love is not selfish. It seeks understanding. It desires connection. If we truly loved God, we would not be content with rituals and doctrines. We would demand to know who He is, what has happened to Him, and whether our worship is directed at the right being. The time has come for humanity to awaken, to challenge the narratives we've been told, to study ancient texts, explore alternative theories, and seek the truth about our Creator. Only then can we escape the cycle of complacency and selfishness that defines our faith. Because love, true love, demands nothing less than the truth.